Immanuel, God is with us. God is with us today. Immanuel, God is with us. God is with us today.
Hello again. Welcome to part 3 of our 4-part series on Isaiah with short videos. This, number 3, is Isaiah, the Imagery.
Immanuel, God is with us. God is with us today.
Now, Isaiah, and this is perhaps the reason why I most love Isaiah, is full of pictures and images, word pictures for us to remember. And remember, we're thinking about an oral society that weren't reading books, they were hearing and listening. So the scroll would have been copied out again and again. But most people would have heard Isaiah through hearing it, and they needed to have things they could remember. And my goodness, does Isaiah leave images in the mind for people to remember. I've got a list here, I can't remember it by heart, a list of at least 30 pictures that Isaiah uses to just go through quickly. Shepherd and flock, eating, feasting, banquet, another image he uses. New names, a vineyard, forests and trees, a fire and a spark, branches, twigs, water, floods, streams, another image throughout Isaiah, winepress, grapes and blood, an image of red. The raging sea crops up, a banner lifted high, animals in harmony and nature, eagles in flight, the potter and the clay, a bridegroom and a bride and a wedding, watchmen on the walls, garments, nakedness, crown, royalty. A day of vengeance is coming, bowls of wine, eyes, blindness and medication for curing blindness, the nursing mother and infants at the breast, the whirlwind, rain and snow, precious stones and jewels, gardens, the shroud of death, barrenness, eunuchs, childlessness and new life, war, swords being turned into plowshares, caves and rocks. The list could go on, but I'm going to focus on 4 main images that occur throughout the book, beginning, middle and end. Another reason why I think Isaiah is one unity and not written years later, because the same images come throughout the whole book. So let's look at these 4. Light is the first one. And the image of light pervades the whole of Isaiah. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the shadow of death, a light has dawned. And this was referring, as you can read in chapter 9, to the region of Galilee in the north. Why Galilee? Because the threat always came from the north. Assyria would come, as we saw earlier, around from the east, then from the north they would invade the land. So there was a threat hanging over the first part of Israel to be attacked. It's no coincidence that Jesus was born in Galilee, because that is where the light would first dawn. 49 verse 6, I will also make you a light to lighten the Gentiles. That light is not just for Judah and Israel, it's for the nations, the Gentiles. What an amazing image that is. And chapter 60, arise, shine, for your light has come. Kings will come and nations come to your dawn. I've written songs about this, so I encourage you to listen to the songs. Arise, shine is number 14 in my series of 16 songs, and light comes in several of those songs as it does in Isaiah. So that's the image of light, powerful in Isaiah. The wilderness, another majestic image, harking back to the Israelites 40 years in the desert. The desert is a barren place. I've been there and I've seen absolute barrenness, no trees, no nothing. I was there in February and flowers were starting to bloom. By March and April, the whole desert would come alive with flowers. If you've lived in other countries or in the Middle East, you'll know about this, that barrenness, suddenly there is life. And here we have the pictures to indicate that. Chapter 35, a beautiful poem about the desert will blossom and life will come to the desert. And he tallies it in with the eyes of the blind will see, the ears of the deaf will hear, and the lame will leap for joy, and the mute tongue will shout, and so on. It's a tremendous poem, but the image there is the wilderness coming to life. And there will be a highway, a way of holiness for the righteous in that chapter. And here we have the highway in the desert. Same in chapter 40. A voice of one calling in the wilderness, prepare a way for the Lord. The rough places will be made smooth and the low places lifted up. No coincidence that John the Baptist chose that passage when he was living in the desert to announce the way of the Lord. Powerful image. And in 41:18, I will make pools in the desert, water in the barren place. Tremendous picture. Here we have another one, the holy mountain. It comes throughout the book, beginning, middle and end. Chapter 2, come let us go up to the mountain of the Lord. Other nations wanting to go to the mountain where Jerusalem and the temple was to see this Lord, this master of the universe, the creator. Other nations will come to your city, it says in chapter 25. On this mountain I will prepare a feast for all people, a banquet of food and aged wine. Magnificent picture, remembering Sinai when the 70 elders and Moses sat down to feast with the Lord. The holy mountain will be raised up. Magnificent image. And chapter 65, they will neither harm nor destroy on all my holy mountain. It's the perfect place, high and lifted up, that God will bring about. Lastly, we have the new creation, another tremendous image. Chapter 52, awake, awake, O Zion, city of God. 62, I will give Zion a new name, create it anew. So the city is symbolic with the holy mountain and with this new creation. And in chapter 65, just near the end of Isaiah, behold, I will create new heavens and a new earth. And we have this wonderful picture of the lion and the lamb will lie down together. And no, there won't be death, and the eyes of the tears will be wiped away from every eye, and so on in this wonderful new creation. So there we have 4 wonderful images from Isaiah to leave you with. It's full of pictures, the book, and I'll leave you with my little poem again. Lift your eyes higher to the wonders in Isaiah. Let your heart be stirred by the power of this word. Join me for the 4th and last video.
Immanuel.